Hey, True Believers, Englentine here with another episode of Really That Bad, where we take a look at a comic book or a comic book series that has a bad reputation and ask, does it really deserve that bad reputation? This was a commissioned video from Matt Sochka, so thank you very, very much for that. And if you would like to commission your own video, by all means, the link to Ko-Fi is in the description below. Just go on over, pick whatever topic, pick whatever subject you want us to talk about, and we'll get that video out to you ASAP. Now, without further ado, let's get this party started. Starting with issue number 1, cover A, we're looking at a shrouded figure shooting, and then we see Mother Panic protecting a little girl. This is what happens in the book. This is very indicative of what you're going to get. I kind of dig it. Good times. I especially like the trick with the lettering. Cover B, on the other hand, works as a poster cover. I like this. This is very much who she is when she's in the helmet and everything with the blood, her name scraped across her face. Very nice. Cool covers. Good going. Issue number 7. Here's a problem I gotta face when it comes to somebody commissioning a really that good or a really that bad. There may be a chance that if you think, oh man, this really sucks and I want you to go out and this is why, blah, blah. I'm not going to do confirmation bias. I'm going to read this. I'm going to give an honest review. This was bought as a really that bad because it was considered to be a bad book. Now, I did notice a flaw. The art is off because the mother was completely drawn differently in the issue number 6. It shouldn't be that way. Otherwise, it's kind of kept its quality. There's some good, there's some bad. You take them both, and there you have the facts of life. Anyway, I'm enjoying the bit where she's protecting the girl. She's stopping the shooter. That's fine. There's, I get it. You're edgy. You don't have to drop an F-bomb every freaking second. That's getting a little bit, I don't know. It's just overblown. I'm an adult. You're an adult. You don't need to be writing it like this. I guess I'm talking to the writer. Anyway, that was the biggest problem with me. It's trying so hard to be outside of the box that it really just kind of falls flat. There's a good story here. What with her and her and the little girl and her protecting the little girl. It's almost like Gloria, that movie from the 70s that only I probably remember. But anyway, yeah. So far, so not bad. I can't say it's good. It's not great, but in all honesty, is it really that bad? Well, obviously, we're going to see as the story continues, but so far, issue number 1, no, it isn't. All right, now on to issue number 2, and if you like your covers having something to do with the comic book, this is it. This is the cover. This does happen, and it's as confusing here as it is in the issue itself. I don't know, what are they trying to convey here? Seriously, it's a horrible cover. I mean, you know, okay, she's hunched over, she's bloody, it looks like she's pooping blood. It doesn't make sense. The B cover suffers the same way a lot of Moon Knight covers do. In order for her to look really cool, you just got to have a dark background. The lighter background here, the explosion and everything kind of washes her out at a certain point. It's all right, I guess. Oh, so I get it now. Yeah, so this is a really that bad, which means I'm supposed to read it and go, okay, does it deserve its bad reputation? Issues 7 through 12. And I read the number 7. I'm like, okay, you just heard it. This is it. This is where it gets bad. I could tell. Once again, though, we're getting different character designs than we did in the first 6 issues. And then we're getting a different character. So you have a story of her or origin juxtaposed with a story of her, get this, figuring out how to be a superhero, which we already saw her do. And one of the ways that she's figuring it out is by asking, what does Batman do? In the first 6 issues, she was saying, oh, F Batman, they don't know what they're doing, F Batman. And yeah, so not only do we get a different look, we get a different character altogether. I kind of like this villain, though, going around killing, well, not like, hey, I think more people should be doing this, but I just think it's cool. The whole point of the villain is that he attacks people who suffered. Oh, ouch. And then you got that scene that just passed by here where her spine, I guess that's the bionic part of her, attacks her. And it looks like she gets shot. So I was like, oh, God, okay, who shot her? This looks cool. All righty, now we get it. Now we've got kind of a mystery going, and no, she's not shot, or something's wrong with her back. And then it happens again, and it looks like she's getting shot again. It's just not good graphics for the particular action that they want to display here. This book's kind of a mess, gang, is what I'm trying to say. It's still not horrible, but I could see why this isn't as liked as the first 6 issues. It really just doesn't know. It's almost like this should have happened before the first. Like this should have been issue 1 through, so then when we got the others, it would have been more chronological, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's just a mess. You're getting different people, different art style. It's just, they could have done better. This is just, okay. Anyway, I'm going to move on to issue number 3 now. Okay, so now we're on to number 3, and what we're looking at here is a mess of a cover. It's really not very good because, at least your eyes are drawn to the title, but the different colors in the background there, why? So Mother Panic is hidden in the corner, and it looks like the villain is wearing a garbage bag. This just does not work. Then, of course, you get the B cover, which is a typical poster cover. Now, at first I was thinking, is she removing the helmet? But I think she's putting it on because she's bleeding. So unless she got her butt kicked and the helmet ended up unscathed and everything underneath it was hurt, which would be, why wear the armor? It's like Stormtrooper armor. Yeah, she's got to be putting it on here. In the rest of the issue, however, we see that Mother Panic, and I say that with a question mark because at a certain point, I found out that somebody I thought was her was not her because art. Well, she's making herself bait in this. Or maybe there's more than one Mother Panic or something. I don't know what's going on in this book, and it's not making it clear. I'm actually, it's funny because I remember, just go back a couple issues. I'm like, oh wow, I don't see why this is all that bad. I'm not okay. Now I'm starting to see why this is all that bad, because character designs are very similar, because it's unclear what the motivations and the plot is. This is a mess of a book. At least now we get some sort of storyline where she's confronting this killer of people who have been hurt before. The whole thing is he's like, oh, well, if you live through this, people will know you're strong. They thought you were weak before because you suffered. Which I'm thinking, yeah, that's dumb. That's dumb. You wrote a dumb character. What's the person's, I forgot the woman's name who wrote this, but they wrote a dumb character. They wrote a dumb villain with dumb motivations. These people have survived. Therefore, he's going to shoot them so they could survive and show people they're strong. Oy vey. I get the hook, I guess, but in all honesty, like if he made it where maybe the guy was like, you were supposed to die because of blah, 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 and you didn't, then okay, he's a villain, he's pure evil, you get it. But the way he's written, it just came off as, like I said, dumb. This is the most clear the book has been in a couple of issues too, so I don't know. Anyway, number 3 did not hold up, gang. Cover A of Mother Panic number 10 is basically the B story, I guess, where we see Mother Panic training Mother Panic. I guess it's a title, or it's it's something to work up towards, because the person I thought was training was Mother Panic, calls the nun Mother Panic. Anyway, the scene's in the book. It's not a bad cover, actually. I like this one. This time around, though, the cover B, the poster cover, as I would call it, is absolutely not present in the book itself. It's a decent image. However, I don't know exactly. They always throw blood all over somewhere. And I don't know, maybe it's supposed to be some sort of message, but if this were a crisper image, I think it'd be a better cover. The rest of the book is a bit of an odd duck. We've got young Mother Panic, the one that we know now, training, and there's a little bit of trouble and everything, and she's got to check stitches for the surgery that was done on her spine that makes her stronger and all that kind of stuff. And then we cut to the rest of the story, which turns out to be a bit more of a slice of life. Oh, look, here's this ex-girlfriend of mine. What's she doing here? Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. We do catch up with Ratcatcher and, I guess, former Mother Panic, the nun that raised now Mother Panic. Then they cut to a party scene where now Mother Panic is talking to somebody she recognizes. Oh, she was in the school. She was part of the program that Mother Panic went through that made her the big badass she is, but this girl doesn't seem to be a badass at all. So, okay, what gives? You know, if they're all both in the red room, so to speak, why aren't they both cybernetic badasses? It doesn't cover that right here. What it does is give us, like I said before, slice of life dialogue. Oh, she was someone from my past. Oh, she was this. She was a bitch, and then we learned to like each other, and they hint at maybe even more. And it just feels out of place with the rest of the book. That's the big problem here. It feels like we turn into a different, and I get it. You want to give a little character. You want to give a little story to it, but it's out of left field. It doesn't really go deep at all. It wants to. It wants you to think it is, but this is surface level dialogue. This is small talk. It's disguised as characterization here, and I don't think it works. I'm sorry. I want it to. I want to like a book, but so far, oh my gosh, it's just, it's collapsing. Mother Panic, like I said, first issue, okay. Second issue, blah. By this time, I'm ready to tune out. Mother Panic number 11. Wow, I would like to read this book. Seriously, that is a cool cover. That is sweet, nice. Has nothing to do with anything that's in the movie. I guess if you want to talk about the fact that she meets up with an old school rivalry, it has something to do with it. Maybe I missed something. I don't remember the fencing scene. And then we get to the cover B, the poster cover, and I don't even know if they're even trying anymore. This gives me a feeling like they messed up the face. It was like, oh, screw it. Fire. X. Let's go. Continuing where we left off in issue number 10, this is basically a, hey, I know who you are. Why are you still wearing the mask? Okay, here, let me take off my mask. Aha, I knew it. And then the two ladies basically talk about the past. And that's it. I mean, we get a little bit more with Ratcatcher and the new guy talking about how, maybe Mother Panic of old is clairvoyant because she seems to talk about things that, hasn't happened yet and all that kind of stuff. But mostly it's this right here. This takes up a lot of this issue. Mother Panic and her high school chum talk about the past, and then she says, okay, I burned down the school. Alrighty. And she killed people while doing it. Alrighty. And that set the other girl free. Then the girl walks in, and this big guy, I mean, you see the proportions change from panel to panel about how big this dude is, gets mad because he brought her to the house. And then all of a sudden we're cutting to Mother Panic's in the hospital with her face bandaged. We saw her before, but it's still like, okay, why? Are we looking at the future now? What's going on? Then unfortunately, the book is not the most solid thing you could do as far as segues are concerned. And I know I'm going to wait, and then I'm going to kind of sum up everything, but that is one of the biggest problems with what we're seeing and this particular issue as well. Oh, and then we cut to the bad guy we haven't seen since, issue 4? A long time ago. And she's got a guy who's been gutted, and she's doing a painting, basically, of how his entrails look, and she gets mad that she's interrupted. This is so not good. The book's not good, gang. I know I'm going to do a summary. I've only got one issue left. But if they're going by the 6-issue format, right now, I can't tell you what the story is. I've read every damn issue of this series so far, and it is a mystery to me. Okay, number 12 is a poster cover with the characters young, old, in costume, the whole 9 yards. Not a bad one. I guess this would be like the trade paperback cover to me. I like this one. It's good. It's not really representative of story, but of character. And of course, the B poster cover, I have to say I like this because of the colors. A lot of times the white suit gets washed out with the wrong kind of colors and everything. This does it. The black and blue background and everything. I think it makes Mother Panic kind of stick out and look a little bit more wolfish than she usually does. This issue supposedly wraps up all of the storylines. Now, the problem, of course, being is we still have a hard... Well, okay, I do anyway. Have a hard time telling character from character. There are no segues between stories. And I think everything just ends up becoming a big kind of jumbled mess. Like, there's never shown a capture. There's never shown why they're in this artist's lair. There's a lot of stuff that is left on the table. It's like, oh my gosh, I keep wanting to say Jody Hauser here. She has ideas in her head, but no idea how to really implement them in a coherent way. She doesn't have any idea of how to let a story flow from one moment to the other. And it, like I said, it ends up just being a big-ass jumbled mess instead of anything near a coherent storyline. Yeah, you want to get the big ending? Okay, yeah, you know what you're not going to get here. You're not going to get anything that oh my gosh, I can't, resembles, thank you. Nothing that resembles characterization. Nothing that resembles a coherent story. This is one of the worst comic books I've read in a long damn time. I wanted to save this because, you know, okay, I want to read and just review this particular issue. And for that, the best way to put it, and I guess I'll sum it up and then I'll get into the whole thing, the whole story. Incoherent. Absolutely. Incoherent book that goes absolutely nowhere. There are threads everywhere in this issue that just lead to nothing. So let me talk to you about what I think about the entire series. Remember, this is is it really that bad? And obviously, from the way I've talked about this last issue, the answer is yes. This book is horrible. It's a horrible mess. And by that, I mean Volume 2 of Mother Panic. And that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And my goodness gracious. There are no segues between stories, meaning you will be reading one passage and then all of a sudden you're reading in the past and there's no flow. Everything is stopped dead. Plus, all the conversation, every bit of characterization is superficial. It's paper thin. It's Dixie cup deep. You never learn anything about them because instead of actually wanting to reveal anything, Jody Hauser only writes small talk. Really, it's all about, can we sound like this is the dialogue of the kids today? Like everybody wants to be Juno instead of an actually decent story. The art, it's bad, but it's not horrible. It's passable for what we get here anyway. But my goodness gracious, I can't recommend this in any way, shape, form. Does it deserve its bad reputation? Hell to the yes. Avoid this thing, seriously. But that's just my opinion. What is yours? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you haven't done it already, click like, share, of course, get word out about the channel, and don't forget to hit subscribe, but more importantly, ring that notification bell and set it to all so you don't miss anything. Cool things happen around these parts. And if you haven't done it yet, go on over to Patreon or to Ko-Fi. Drop $1 in the till to help the channel out. And at Ko-Fi, you can even commission your own video. You just, like I said, go to the description has a link in it. That's what I'm trying to say. And all you have to do is pick out your topic, pick out your subject. We'll get that video out to you ASAP. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.